How's it going, man?
Good, are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for doing this, man. How have you been? How's the quarantine been for you?
It's been kind of weird actually. It's been well, obviously it's nice to get some time with the family, the parents and all that, but I mean it's you're back home. You can't see your buddies or anything, but other than that it's been fine trying to keep busy, keep trying to do a little something every day, I guess. How about you?
No, it's been good. Doing a lot of podcasts, a lot of Instagram
Yeah.
lives, and keeping busy with that.
That's good.
No, it's good. Have you been playing a lot of 2K?
I did and actually no, I haven't lately. I actually didn't even try the new one yet. I did. I played a lot of NHL lately. I've been on the NHL playing like that EASHL league or whatever. Like we all
Yeah,
with two of my buddies. So we've been crushing that lately.
yeah. Have you ever played as the Ottawa Senators on NHL, any of the NHL games while you've been in the NHL? Has that ever happened, or is that too kind of weird?
With my buddies, no, but I've done like charity things that obviously we played with
Hmm.
the Senators team, but other than that, no, I haven't really used the
Well,
Sens.
you've been on my show a few times, and I haven't kind of asked you this because we're talking 2K and everything. But did you? I'm sure you played some other sports growing up besides hockey, right?
Oh yeah, I played I played a lot of baseball growing up until hockey got kind of serious and kind of took over your summers and working out and all that. But
Hmm.
no, I did pretty much every sport. I played tennis, I played soccer, played golf. I play a lot of basketball now. Still these days in the summer, just with my buddies, a couple times a week. We just get a couple teams going, and we just get a couple of games at night. But I've done pretty much every sport, to be honest. Yeah,
No, for sure. So I just want to say, because this is interactive, a lot of fans are kind of tuning in right now. I've told you about this. In the Ottawa Senators Adult Hockey League, there's a team called the Flossing Kachucks. You were aware of the Flossing Kachucks. I told you about that, remember?
yeah, I remember that.
Can you give them a quick shout out?
Yeah, I think actually I wouldn't the good old Brady that did that in warm up. I thought I gave him a bit of a hard time with that, but it was just all jokes. I think he's doing that for fans, so I think it's pretty cool that you guys have a team called that in your league, and it's good recognition for Brady, all he does on the ice and off the ice.
Absolutely. No, it's pretty cool for sure. Um, you know, it's pretty crazy, like with everything happening and everything kind of took a pause. We were hoping, it's unknown what's happening, with the NHL season, but obviously this is something that's bigger than sports. This is about lives, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's really hard. Obviously, you get to especially I think when I look at the lifestyle we're living as hockey players, we're used to being on the road, we're used to traveling, we're used to playing a lot of games pretty much every second day during the season, and now just um, in it just happens like that you go home and you can't really get out of the house. But I think, like you said, I think you couldn't have said it any better. I think it's bigger than any sport. It's bigger than anything. It's really important to follow the guidelines that we get, the feedbacks we get from wherever you're from, province or the or Canada. And I think you just got to try and stay safe. Obviously, the quicker we do, the better we do those things, and the quicker we get out of that, we can come back to our normal lives. I guess we can kind of say, but no, it is bigger than anything else for sure.
Have you done any of these Instagram lives or Zoom chats? I know the NHL in the sense, I know you and Brady live streamed some video games, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, we did. Actually we did the Twitch. Yeah, I was forgetting the Twitch. So that was pretty fun. We played some Warzone for a couple hours. We had a blast. But yeah, I did a few a Zoom we kind of use with my buddies just to kind of chat. But I did a Facebook Live last night. So
Mhm.
trying. But this is my first Instagram Live. I've never
Oh,
done that before. Yeah,
oh, your first one. Well, it's definitely not my first one. I
yeah,
went. We
I
have a
saw that.
we we have we have the league here in the Ottawa area, like the CCHL, it's like the Junior A League. Like Max Verono played in there, and a bunch of other players. Boro played for Smiths Falls back in the day for them, right?
Okay.
And I went live with 14 players from the league yesterday, which was crazy.
That must have been nuts. That's
Yeah,
was that on Zoom or was that on Instagram?
this was on Instagram, but it was cool. It was kind of like a radio show, right? Like at like 10, 15 minutes each player, they would like call in, call out. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that must have been fun, yeah. But I feel like sometimes when you're that many people, you just kind of too many guys start talking at the same time that
Well,
you
no, it
can't
was
hear
one
each
on
other or
one, right?
something.
Like you can only do one on one on Instagram.
Oh,
That's the
okay,
only
then no,
thing.
oh,
So
okay,
like
makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
no one can really call in right now.
Okay.
But for people that are kind of tuning in, because there's a lot of people tuning in right now. There's a lot of people from all around the world. Like someone just said hello from Slovenia. Like it's pretty cool. Like with all the different time zones that everyone's kind of checking this out tonight. Eh?
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I didn't know we reached that far. That's
Yeah,
pretty
I know
sweet. Yeah.
it's pretty crazy. So guys, we're live here with Thomas Chabot, the Ottawa Senators, here on Instagram Live. Any questions you have? The Fossil Chucks are just blowing up this. Like there's like 9 members of the Fossil Chucks in here, just getting a lot of attention. You guys got your shout out, you got your recognition, all right?
Yeah.
That's enough. But seriously, if you guys have some questions for Thomas, we can get to some questions. I'll start with my first question. What has been, what's the hardest thing about playing in the National Hockey League? Is it the actual games? Is it the travel? Like what is difficult about being a pro hockey player?
I think it's a big part of it is I think the schedule because we play so many games in a short period of time, but and every game is different, right? So one game we'll get into playing a team, and then we'll have back-to-back games. But then their back-to-back game for us, the Sens. Then this team had 2 days off before, so every game is a new start. Every game is very important. As you see, you can be in the playoff race for so long, and then if you go through a stretch that's kind of harder, then you're out of it. So every game is real important. But I think I'd go with the schedule. I think it's something you really got to adapt to. Obviously, I was lucky enough to play in the queue where we play a good amount of games as well, but we mostly play those games on the weekend and maybe once a week. So that's kind of different in the NHL. We just play any day of the week or on the weekend. So, but no, I think it's something you got to adjust to. But I think it's part of it and it's fun.
Man, that Sea Dogs team when you guys won the President's Cup. What a team. Like that was
Yeah,
stacked. Like you had a good team. Like Goatsy joined too from the deadline. You got
yeah,
Callan Booth. It was crazy. That was a crazy team.
yeah. We had a hell of a team. We had a great group of guys too. I think that's what made it even better. I think and. But no, like you said, we already had a really good team. Then we added a couple of guys at the deadline, like Booth, like Gauthier, Simon Bourque, David Como. So that was a fun time. That was a fun year for sure. It's a year I'm always going to remember. Obviously, anytime you win a championship, doesn't matter in what league it is. It's always a blast. That's the reason why you play. You always want to win. So
No,
it
for
was
sure.
pretty fun. Yeah.
Absolutely. So questions are coming in. So we're going to put you to work here, Thomas. There's a lot of questions. So
All right.
we'll try to get to as many. So what's your favorite road trip you look forward to every season?
Oh, probably I go with the that's a tough one because I like California a lot, but I think I'll go with the Vegas one. We usually do Dallas, Arizona, and Vegas. Obviously,
Mhm.
in Ottawa, we the weather's kind of always colder, so it's always fun. We always do that trip kind of when the either right in the middle of the winter or as the winter just gets going. So it's kind of nice to go down there and get some sun and get some warm weather. But I think there's a couple. I think that trip and the California one is it's pretty sweet.
Absolutely. Is there a specific TV show you've been binging right now?
I watched the whole Tiger King thing. My my buddies were hyping it up a lot, so figure I had to give it a shot. But I've been on Casa de Papel or whatever you call it.
Oh, Money Heist?
Yeah, Money Heist. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I forgot
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
it's
yeah.
called in English. Yeah, Money
Yeah.
Heist.
I
Yeah,
heard good
that.
things.
Yeah, that's really good. I'm gonna start fourth season tomorrow probably. So that's been the two shows I've been on lately.
Someone just asked, "What's the hardest thing about rooming with Chucky?"
Oh boy, the hardest thing I think he's. Oh, okay, I'll go with a classic one. I think. He, well, obviously at night, like anybody else does, you're at night just on your phone watching videos, and his volume is always so loud, and it's the worst. It's the most annoying thing ever. So, I go with that. We always give it to each other when it's, and he doesn't kind of like he doesn't mean to do it. He just
Like he
doesn't
doesn't
really
realize
realize
it.
it.
Yeah.
That's why it's kind of makes it even more funny, I guess.
Oh my God. What's your favorite movie or all time of all time? Or like someone's asking, or do you have like a couple? Like is it a toss up?
Favorite movie would be Home Alone.
That's a good choice.
Oh yeah,
So how
I
many times do
love
you
it.
watch that during Christmas? You probably watch that like all the time, basically.
Well, I now I probably watch it once or twice during Christmas and probably catch it once on TV because it always plays on TV during that time. But um, dude, when I was 10, 11, or 12, I was just maybe watching it all year round too. Like midsummer didn't matter. I was just going through the movie and I probably watched it. Honestly, probably watched that movie about 400 times, and I'm not even kidding. Probably, yeah.
I actually have. I'm looking at like my board game shelf. I've never played it yet, but I have like a Home Alone board game.
Really?
Yeah, I
I
got it for
didn't even know
Christmas
that was
last
that.
year. Yeah, it's like a Home Alone board game. Did you watch on Netflix the movies that made us? Did you ever watch that? Like the documentary
No,
about Home Alone?
no, I've never
You
watched
haven't
it.
watched that?
No,
Okay, so movies that made us is like there's like four episodes and it's four different movies, but it's like 1 hour long about the making of the movie. And the first one is about Home Alone. It's on
really?
Netflix. You need to watch it, dude. It
Yeah,
shows the
I'll
back.
go.
Dude, there's some good behind the scenes
Yeah,
of that movie, man.
I'll have
Like
to
one
take a
thing
look at it. Yeah.
they the house that their house, that's actually like the outside shots was actually a real house, but that's actually they rented a school and created the
What?
house in a school. Yeah. It was a school gym. And in the scene where he floods the basement and there's water going
Yeah.
everywhere, that's the pool of the school. Like the
Come
school
on.
gym. Yeah,
Really?
it's crazy. So you gotta watch it. It's called Movies That Made Us. It's on Netflix. You'll find it. And just watch the
Yeah.
Home Alone episode. If you say that's
Yeah.
your favorite
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. I'll have to watch that for sure.
No, it's pretty crazy. Were you a fan of Happy Gilmore growing up too? Because of
I
the hockey
did.
in that?
Well, yeah. But I think everybody kind of is. Yeah. I think
Yeah, yeah.
it's just a good movie, and well, it's like it's Home Alone is just a movie that I just watched so many times, but I think like still to this day, like Happy Gilmore is a movie. My buddies will just turn on the TV and just kind of watch it a few times a year, but there's a bunch of them, but I just figure I go with Home Alone.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. Just trying to see the other questions kind of coming in there. Are you, by the way, like, are you set up over there? Because like with all the gyms closed and everything, like, are you set up to kind of work out? Like, how's that been? Has that been tough for you?
Yeah, well, no, it's been pretty easy. I got a big puppy with me, so he kind of keeps me moving during the day for a walk or a run or put on the rollerblades or something. But no, I have a nice little gym set up in my basement. I can shoot some pucks. I can work out a little bit, just kind of get the body moving a little bit every day. Nothing crazy, but just good enough that you stay in shape and you're good if anything happens.
How eager are you to get on the ice, man? Like, I'm sure you're all like, man, like, let's go. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that'd be well. That's the thing, right? You're you knew you had just a few games left of the season, so you were getting like anticipating kind of thing to the end of the season, but you still wanted to finish those games. So it's a weird situation for sure, but I definitely do miss being out there a lot for sure.
You signed the big extension, 8 more years with the Ottawa Senators. When I had you kind of on the show last time, I mean, I think we can count this as an episode, right? That means you've been on the show 4 times.
Yeah,
So you're catching up to Craig Button from TSN. I don't think he likes that.
How many times have you been on there
I
for?
think he's been on like 6 or 7, just
Oh, okay.
because he does my preview shows, right?
Yeah.
Like World Junior preview show, and
Yeah.
so he comes on every year. But no, it's been good. But I just kind of wanted to talk. You brought it up a little bit that the Ottawa Senators, and you look at a lot of the prospects. It's a hungry like crop of prospects, and there's a little bit of everything, And this upcoming draft, there was a good opportunity to add more prospects. Talk a little bit about what you see with the future of the Ottawa Senators, Thomas.
I see great things for sure. It's definitely going to take some time. It doesn't just happen overnight. Obviously, we're a young group of guys. We're learning a lot, and we're trying to keep on getting better every year. But I mean, when you look at this year, a guy like Brady had a great year. A guy like Duclair had a heck of a year as well. When you look at the guys that got called up, guys, I don't want to start mentioning names because I don't want to forget some, but I think all the call-ups we had over the season, I think every guy, when they came up, they were ready to play. They wanted to show that they belong there. So, and also when you look at Belleville this year, they were leading I don't want to say the league, but at least their division, if not the league, pretty close
Hmm.
to there. So, I mean, that's got to say that there's a lot of younger guys and down there doing some great work. So, no, I think, like you said as well, with the draft coming up this year, um, we're going to have the chance to add a couple great pieces, good players that are going to help us for the upcoming year. So I think all that pushed together, I think it's going to make something great happen. And I think obviously that's one reason why I wanted to stay here in Ottawa.
No, for sure. It's no, like you see a lot of it as well. You when you went back to the Q, you played in one NHL game, right, before you came back, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you look at that game like it's pretty crazy how time flies? I mean, it's like what, like 2, 3 years. You know what I mean? Like you had that season that you went to the World Juniors and was the MVP in the World Junior Hockey Championship. Do you ever forget about that? By the way, that you were an MVP in that tournament?
Um, well, kind of a little bit. I always remember, obviously, I see Colin White in the locker room and every day at the rink. So I kind of always get remember that I lost in a shootout against him. But no, I think you don't forget about those things. I think that's what the whole experience, even my first year in Finland, I think it's those are the experience that you gotta feel very lucky to be there and represent your country twice in the probably one of the biggest tournament in Canada. So no, that was a great time, and obviously you don't forget about those things, but it was great.
But you look at that year, and then you look at your year now. I mean, a lot has changed, and you're progressing and everything. But it hasn't even been that long. It's been like what, like 3, 4 years, like that you've been in the National Hockey League for what, 3 full seasons, correct?
Yeah, three seasons, and
Isn't it
no,
crazy how the time just
yeah.
goes? Like,
Yeah, it just went by really quick. I feel like you said, I played my first NHL game, then went back to junior, and I feel like now we're here. But no, it's been a long road. Obviously, a lot of learning. Obviously, like we were talking, my last season in junior, ending up on top and winning a championship. I think that was a great experience and a great season. Some you're never gonna forget, but. No, it's crazy that I'm already going into well, I already played my third season in the NHL for sure.
absolutely cool question that kind of came in. I mean, obviously, there's going to be obvious answers like the superstars, but are there some players in the National Hockey League that are like, who are the toughest players that you've had to play against? And maybe it's not like someone who's a really huge, name. Maybe it's someone that you're like surprised that this person is very hard to play against. He's super speedy, or maybe people don't know about him. Is there anyone that comes to mind like when it comes to that?
Yeah, well, definitely all the top guns, I guess you can call them, of the league. Guys like McDavid, Kane, Matthews, McKinnon. I think those guys are very hard to stop. But I mean, that's the funny thing is any night you play against any team, you kind of you face their top guys, and they're there, and they're going to be hard to defend against. But I think every team kind of has their own guys in certain ways, but I think guys like McDavid for sure are definitely really hard to defend.
Absolutely. Well, we'll wrap it up, man. Like, I'm really happy you were able to come on live with me for a little bit, man. It's good to catch up with you, man.
Thanks to you, man. We had a good time.
No, absolutely. Do you want to just, you have a lot of your fans in here. I don't know if you see some of the comments. You have a lot of high praise here. Do you have anything you want to say to the fans overall before we end?
Yeah, well, I haven't really looked at the comments really, but no, I think thanks obviously to you and thanks for the fan to tuning in. I think it's always great to kind of catch up, and obviously we're all feeling the same way, kind of feeling like we all wish we'd be back on the ice playing hockey again. But I mean, it is what it is. Everybody's got to try and stay safe and do our part, and hopefully coming back and see you guys soon.
Absolutely. No, like you're a four-time guest right now, man. I feel like I have to. I don't know if I ever showed you these, but I feel like I gotta mail you one of these Popternative jerseys. I don't know if I ever showed you these.
Is that a hockey jersey?
Yeah, it's a jersey. Like our team in the summer is the Popternative Selects.
You should
So
send
I
one.
had to
I'll
make.
start skating this summer with that on.
Yeah, I'll send you one 100%. No, that'd be awesome. Thank you so much, man. Seriously, stay safe, you and your family, and I'll talk to you soon, man. I really appreciate you doing this. It's great to catch up.
Yeah. Thanks to you too. See you soon, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Stay safe, and thanks for tuning in from with myself and Thomas Chabot. Enjoy the rest of your week, everyone. Thank you. Stay safe.